massive as investments multiply. Good evening, I am Faida Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook and X pages at TBC Online. The Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, has launched Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan IVF Center IVF Mobile Clinic Van, which has gone hand in hand with activating cochlear implants for 14 children, making them hear for the first time. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the Vice President says the health sector revolution is one of the top priorities of Tanzania's government, ensuring availability of sufficient modern medical equipment, medicines, and health professionals. Here are more details with Antonia Kivaria.
The government has increased the budget of Ministry of Health from 900 billion in 2020 to 2021 financial year to 1.3 trillion for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. And during the same period, funds for the Health Development Project increased from 40% of health budget in 2020-2021 to reach to 59% in 2023-2024, allocating 13,187 government jobs opportunity for the medical practitioners in the country.
I'd like to emphasize the following points. First and foremost, the importance of carefully maintaining this modern equipment, which has been acquired at a high cost, so that it can be used to provide quality services and assistance for a long time to come. The second issue that in order to make this investment sustainable, it is essential to reduce the dependence on external experts. Therefore, deliberate efforts must be made to enable technology transfer and innovation. I urge the Ministry of Health to prepare a comprehensive plan to continue building the capacity of our local professionals who will be able to utilize this equipment on all modern equipment whenever the need arises.
On the other hand, the Executive Director of Muhimbili National Hospital, Professor Mohamed Jinabi, elaborates that over 35% of reproductive problems presents fresh hopes for many.
We have the capacity to preserve eggs here for over 30 years, and we do this for various reasons, especially for women who are currently pursuing their education and do not wish to conceive. They can have their eggs preserved until they are ready to become pregnant. Additionally, there is a section for male sperm donation and DNA testing.
Furthermore, the Minister of Health, Jenista Mhagama, explains that the health sector is evolving with technology at international standards and investments, emphasizing the needs of synchronization of systems to reduce the cost of doing same tests several times.
Our main concern that we as a ministry need to address with extra attention is focused on the area of financing. The cost of medical care sometimes appear to be high considering the reality of Tanzanian lives. At the government, we must seek solutions that will assist all Tanzanians to receive services in the health sector and benefit from the services that have been invested in at a high cost by their government.
The chairman of Board of Directors, Muhimbili Hospital, Dr. Helen Senkoro, says the hospital continues to improve its services, creating friendly environment for enhanced medical tourism.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa says within 1 year, the government has registered 9,678 projects with a total value of $8,658 million, indicating positive results from country's investment agenda. Here are more details.
The Prime Minister made the remarks while speaking to various stakeholders during the launch of 5 documents on improvement of business and investment environment and investment management tools in Dar es Salaam. Elaborating on the investments report for 2023, which indicates positive investment statistics, the Prime Minister reveals that projects have generated 195,803 direct jobs compared to 76,841 jobs generated in 2022.
Leo nitazindua taarifa ya kwanza uwekezaji wa mwaka 2023.
Today I will launch you the first investment report for the year 2023, which shows positive investment results in the country. This data includes 9,678 projects valued at $80,658 registered in 2023. This is compared to a total of 8,401 projects valued at $5,558.47 registered in 2022. These projects have the potential to create 195,803 jobs compared to 76,841 jobs in 2022.
Furthermore, the Prime Minister has urged the institution and the government authorities to speed up the law amendments and contribute to creating better environment for doing business and investments.
Taasisi zetu,
our institutions and local government authorities should expedite the reforms of procedures and laws that contribute to ease of doing business and ensure they facilitate a better business and investment environment. This issue should go hand in hand with the providing services promptly.
Majaliwa urges the community to involve in the improvement process earlier. The Minister of State's President's Office, Planning and Investments, Professor Kitila Mkumbo, said through the program to improve the business and investment environment, well known as Mkumbi, policy investments in business and investments have been implemented, including the cancellation of more than 374 charges and taxes identified as nuisance to the industrial, commercial, mining, livestock, fisheries, natural resources, forest and agricultural sector.
Mheshimiwa Waziri Mkuu, mwezi Juni mwaka 2019,
Honorable Prime Minister, in June 2019, the government official launched a work plan for the implementation of the plan to improve the business environment, known as Mkumbi, the blueprint for regulatory reform to improve business environment in Tanzania. This plan aimed to analyze the business environment in the country and identify reforms and action that need to be taken to address challenge and improve the environment for doing business and investment. The assessment has shown the success achieved in implementation of Mkumbi.
Along with the launch of the Mkumbi Evolution Report, the Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has also launched information document on the state of investment in the country for the year 2023, the strategic plan of the Office of the President's Planning and Investments, as well as the guidelines for the investment and operation of special economic zones.
China is ready to make Tanzania a demonstration zone for Africa-China relations through implementation of various agreements such as the revitalization of the Tanzania-Zambia Railway, TAZARA, enhancing partnership in various sectors such as the health sector, agriculture, peace and security, and clean energy sector. Speaking at the briefing about the outcomes of the FOCAC Forum in Dar es Salaam, the Chinese ambassador to Tanzania, Chen Mingjiang, added that China remains firm in pursuing and breaking trade barriers with African countries. Here are more details.
The TAZARA Railway has set a precedent for China-African cooperation in building major infrastructures.
Just a few days after the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC, the Chinese ambassador to Tanzania, Chen Mingjiang, provides an overview of the summit, highlighting the fact that Tanzania is an important player of Sino-Africa relations. The main highlights of the FOCAC summit include the establishment of an all-weather African community with a shared future, modernization of various sectors such as agriculture and enhancing partnerships and practical cooperation in the health sector, industrial sector and the clean energy sector.
The China-African relationship is now at the best in the history. With the two important elevations agreed upon, China-African relations experience from a new type of partnership to a new type of strategic partnership to a comprehensive strategic and cooperative partnership, and now to the all-weather China-African community with the shared future for the new era. That has kept our bilateral relationship reaching the new height with clearer characterization and greater substance.
Ambassador Chen Mingzheng further says the Chinese company CRCC is ready to implement the reconstruction of the Tazara Railway, and the three countries that are China, Tanzania and Zambia are fully committed to witness the revolution that will be brought by this significant project.
Chinese company, together with Tanzania and Zambia government, had 7 rounds of negotiations. During the meetings between the presidents of China, Tanzania, and Zambia in the summit, all three leaders talked with deep feelings about Tazara Railway, demonstrating the sincere willingness of all parties to carry forward China-African friendship and inject new impetus into the development of bilateral and China-African relations. For now, the Chinese company CRCC is busy preparing and implementing the Tazara Railway project together with Tanzania and Zambia.
Furthermore, Ambassador Chen Mingzheng says China is prepared to carry out 30 infrastructure connectivity projects in Africa, promote together high-quality Belt and Road cooperation, and overall, China and African countries have agreed to enhance a partnership that is mutually fruitful across development sectors. Faiza Ngaga, TBC News. More education to the citizens, use of forensic technology and political will have been singled out to be among the key ways of preventing and combating corruption. Speaking during the closing of the 2-day Integrity Forum in Dar es Salaam, the Vice Chancellor of Iringa University, who is also the former Director General of the Tanzania's Prevention and Combating of Corruption Bureau, PCCB, Professor Edward Hosea, insists that with political will, the war can be won.
The importance of everyone, in particular the citizens, to be part of the prevention through education. We also learned from our colleagues from other jurisdictions that in court, prosecutors and the investigators should be able to use forensic evidence in order to prove the allegations of corruption. Another thing that came out in the political corruption, that the rule of the game or the rules that are there, they can be reviewed to ensure that money is not a commodity there to take you to the upper echelon of government.
On the other hand, some of the participants of the forum emphasized the need of education on corruption to start at a young age, praising the forum for coming up with constructive resolutions on fight against corruption.
And one of the resolutions which is very important, that we have to go down to the kids, to the children, and to the kindergartens to train them, to educate them, the danger, effects, impacts of the corruption in our country.
To fight corruption, you need to have a political will. The leadership in the country should be committed towards actually fighting corruption. But also you have to have institutions, you have to have a legal framework, you have to have a judiciary that is independent but also competent. Also the society as a whole.
Tanzania Port Authority, TPA, has begun the construction of a 15 oil tank farm for receiving and storing diesel, petroleum and jet fuel in bulk entering the country through the port of Dar es Salaam. Rehema Sibabili reports.
It is in Kigamboni in the city of Dar es Salaam where the construction of the 15 oil tank terminal is located. And today, the Minister of Transport, Professor Makame Mbarawa, pays a visit to inspect the progress of the construction. According to Minister Mbarawa, the project will shorten the time it takes to unload oil and lower the demurrage cost.
This project is very important because today when the ships stay there for 6-7 days, there's a lot of amount the fuel company pay to the ship owner, which we call demurrage charges. So by having the fuel tank here, we're going to minimize as much as possible the demurrage charges. So this important is very, very important for the Tanzania and the government to make sure that end of the day, the price of the fuel will go down.
On the other hand, the Deputy Director General of Tanzania Port Authority, Juma Kijavala, says the project officially started on August 16th this year, stating that the tanks have a capacity of 27 cubic meters.
Mkataba wa usimamizi wa consultant unachukua bilioni 9.
The contract for the construction of the consultant will cost 9.9 billion for a period of the 2 years.
The project is expected to be completed within a period of 2 years and will cost approximately 678.6 billion shillings. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Rehema Sibabili, TBC News.
Now from Dar es Salaam, let's head over to Morogoro region, whereby drone and modern irrigation technologies are expected to boost further sugar production in Tanzania. During this year's Sugarcane Farmers exhibition held in Morogoro, some of the sugarcane farmers and other stakeholders who display products and tools say through the exhibition, the farmers will learn the new technologies that will eventually eliminate sugar shortage in the country at any time of the year. Vitam Ganga has more. Now let's have a look at other stories. We will come back to the story later. The Deputy Minister of Industry and Trade, Exaud Kigahe, calls on the business community in the country to take advantage of the ongoing African Build Expo to learn and explore possibilities of partnering with foreign investors participating in the Expo. He made the call in the city of Dar es Salaam while opening the 25th Africa Build Expo, insisting that the country needs more industries to create more jobs and increase export of domestic products.
Therefore, I urge you all to take advantage of this exhibition and explore the possibilities and investment opportunities that it offers. I encourage you to visit different booths and displays, interactive with the exhibitors and visitors, and exchange ideas and information, also establish contacts and partnerships for future development.
Some exhibitors of the 25th Africa Build Expo say the Expo is a conducive platform to expand business network.
Construction companies to manage their fuel, to avoid the fuel leakages, and it will become more efficient their operations with the fuel losses, because fuel is the main source of energy on their side.
In our product ranges, we've got various technologies available that can facilitate dust suppression levels for the road construction industry, for their bypasses, and obviously for the processes that's in place for the beneficiation, for crushing screens and so forth.
The exhibition will take place for 3 days, involving the building and construction sector from more than 30 countries. Now, let's go back to that story from Morogoro, whereby drone and modern irrigation technologies are expected to boost further sugar production in Tanzania. During this year's Sugarcane Farmers exhibition held in Morogoro, some of the sugarcane farmers and other stakeholders who display products and tools say through the exhibition, the farmers will learn the new technologies that will eventually eliminate sugar shortage in the country at any time of the year. Peter Mganga has more.
Therefore, urge you all to take advantage.
Sugarcane agriculture contributes almost 35% of Tanzania's economy, while technology is mentioned to be one among a key pillar which can facilitate the production of sugar in Tanzania. Earlier today, different stakeholders across Tanzania's region meet together to discuss for the upcoming exhibition, which involve local farmers who are found here in Kilombero district.
This year's exhibitions, the focus will actually be focusing on technologies and innovations for the betterment and efficiency for our farmers and also the stakeholders around the value chain of the sugar production in the country. Farmers and other key stakeholders around the value chain of the sugar industry and also the sugarcane farming, they are supposed, we are called upon them to attend these exhibitions because it's part of the solution for the challenge that they've actually been facing throughout their practices.
Sugarcane is essential to the development of sugar industry. In Tanzania, sugarcane production is undertaken by sugarcane plantation. Some of the stakeholders and sponsors of Kilombero Sugarcane Farmers Exhibition for the year 2024 explain how drone technology and modern irrigation agriculture technologies will enable Kilombero farmers to increase production of sugar in Tanzania.
We have a lot of stakeholders this time around compared to the last time. So I think we have intended to make sure that we improve all areas where we had weakness in the previous time. And I think this time around, it's like a turning point of increasing productivity.
We are looking to support the local farmers and increase their profitability. And also, we also part of the Tanzania goal to achieve sustainability of sugar supply in the country.
Kilombero Farmers Exhibitions for the year 2024 is expected to be hosted here in Kilombero on 10th to 12th of October this year, while thousands of farmers here in Kilombero will participate in these new initiatives for the sake of improving sugar production here in Tanzania. Peter Mganga, TBC News, Morogoro.
The Tanzania Workers' Compensation Fund, WCF, has been awarded a Certificate of International Standards Excellency through the services the fund provides under the Tanzania Bureau of Standards, TBS. The certificate was presented by the Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's Office, Labor, Youth, Employment and Persons with Disabilities, Mary Maganga, today in Dar es Salaam.
To ensure that the Office of the Prime Minister, specifically the Ministry of Labor, Youth, Employment and People with Disabilities, receives all the necessary support, we must take advantage of this opportunity. All institutions under the Prime Minister's Office, Labor, Youth, Employment and People with Disabilities should also receive the support they need. You've given a challenge to NSSF, PSSF, and we should continue working in line with the certificate we have received. Congratulations to all of you.
Honorable guest of honor, when you came to Dodoma, you asked us to become ISO certified. From the moment it became a priority for me, I called a management meeting and stated that one of our top priority was to ensure we become ISO certified. This achievement is corrective, involving the entire team from the board to the lowest level employees. Everyone participated to ensure that we have reached where we are today.
Furthermore, the TBS representative emphasizes the importance of the fund to continue to work with higher standards that meet their certification.
Not just at the beginning or end, but consistently improve our system as we move forward.
The Quality Management Systems certificate enhances the organization's credibility, indicating that its products and services meet international standards. The university, in partnership with the European Union partners, is conducting a 9-day training to various science stakeholders from across East Africa on data science and artificial intelligence. Speaking with journalist Professor Evaristo Liwa, the Vice Chancellor of the university, says the training brings a new dawn to local and regional data science and artificial intelligence professionals.
It is important to note that artificial intelligence is used to develop systems that will go abreast with humans, therefore enhancing productivity, decision-making, and creativity. It is also a fast-changing field, and thus academicians, government, and the industry need to work together to be well-informed with the pace of changes. Honored to have representatives from the Humane Project, European Union partners from Belgium, East African partners, and other key stakeholders from various government and private institutions from both the mainland and island of Tanzania.
On the other hand, the representative of the European Union, who is also the Belgian ambassador to Tanzania, highlights on cooperation between Tanzania and European Union in the education sector.
Cooperation, I already mentioned it earlier, between universities, government, private sector, is very crucial to fostering innovation, to driving sustainable development, to shaping a society oriented towards the future. And I think it's a good moment perhaps also to use the slogan that we use at our Vliet UOS program. It's called Sharing Minds, Changing Lives. And that is exactly what we try to do here. So very delighted to see this nice turnout for this training.
Now, before we wind up local news, let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. It is now time for sports news. FIFA Executive Committee member Amaju Pinnick believes that the recent football revolution in Tanzania has been due to commitments and good relations between the government and the Football Federation. Speaking to TBC News in Dar es Salaam, Pinnick insists that good results of Tanzania national team Taifa Stars in CAF African Cup of Nations qualifying games reflect what Tanzanians would like to see in the AFCON 2027.
It excites me. Tanzania is not a 200 million people country. It's a country, 60, 70 million, but you see precision and purpose in terms of football development. And they are heading where they are heading to. It's because there's a wonderful synergy between the minister and the federation. Other ethics in Africa should take a cue.
In other sports news, Tanzania Ladies Golf Association TLGU President Queen Seraki says out of 10 players playing golf, 3 are women, making the game to be more competitive in the country. Speaking to TBC News in Dar es Salaam, Seraki adds that more than 100 women golfers will showcase their talents in Tanzania Ladies Open from the 13th to the 15th of September in Arusha, calling on all golf lovers to be part of it.
We are really thankful that this year we have seen a lot of women joining golf. And I would say if you come to our golf courses, you'll find out of 10 new golfers, 3 are women. practicing, learning the sport. So it's really good when you come to a cause like Gymkhana, you will find women practicing at night. So it's really nice to see this development in the country.
That was sports news. Now, before we wind up the news bulletin, let's have a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Good evening, dear viewers. Once again, this is 24 hours weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. And wind flow patterns, average wind speed expected over the most part of our country. For tonight, we expect future particle condition and average cooler condition over the most part of our country. The lowest minimum temperature expect to be 10 degrees Celsius over Njombe regions. For tomorrow, we expect future particle condition, light rain shower over Fire and sun period over Tanga, Unguja and Pemba ISOs. While Kagera region expect future particle condition, thunderstorm over Fire and sun period. The rest part of our country expect future particle condition and long sun period. Let's have a look for the 4 days weather forecast for some part of our country starting from the day after tomorrow. For Dar es Salaam, expect future particle condition, light rain shower, while the lowest minimum temperature expect to be 17 degrees Celsius over Dodoma regions. For Mbeya region, the lowest minimum temperature expect to be 14 degrees Celsius. For Mwanza, expect future particle condition and long sun periods. While for Kilimanjaro region, expect future particle condition, while the lowest minimum temperature expect to be 18 degrees Celsius. Morogoro region, expect future particle conditions, while Arusha expect future particle condition and the lowest minimum temperature expect to be 15 degrees Celsius. Dear viewer, we thank you for watching us and have a good night.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.
Angalia TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.